Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Sentiment Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer and today is Yarn Porn Fridays and you know what that means? That means I purchased more yarn. I have yarn to show you. Today's yarn porn is coming from Mary Maxim. Now the reason I ordered from Mary Maxim, this is a very small order as you can tell. This is entirely everyone else's fault. I am putting blame directly on my Facebook groupies. Now, if you do not know, we have a Facebook group for the podcast of this show. It is Cinnamon Stitches, and it is on a Facebook group. It is always linked below. The members are glorious people. We have men and women alike in there, and a mix of the two. So, our members are fantastic. They, inspire me by showing me what they're making. They help each other out by answering questions that I might not be able to get to, which is fantastic. They're very, very helpful towards each other and towards me. And they also let me know when a new yarn is out or has been released. And they let me know about coupons, and they help support the channel by being a support system for me and by enabling me to buy more yarn to show you guys. That makes me happy. Now, before I show you what's in there, I'm going to give you a little hint. These cute little one-hat wonders are little teeny tiny balls of yarn that don't really make much. I mean, you can knit a hat out of these. Yes, you can. But they have Sesame Street characters. I have purchased most of these at Joann's on clearance last year. And I fell in love with them. I really wish they would release One Hat Wonders in Mickey Mouse theme, because I would just die and I would buy all of them. Like, how cute would Disney characters be like this? They're a little bit expensive, and by that I mean this little tiny ball of yarn is like $6.99 regular price at like Joann's. And yes, they are way overpriced. I did not pay that for these. I believe I paid like $3 a piece for these at clearance at Joann's. I was sent this one in Happy Mail because Abby Cadabby has been hard to find in the past. But I have Elmo, I have Cookie Monster, I have Big Bird, I have Oscar the Grouch. Sesame Street was life when I was growing up. I'm just gonna say, like, we couldn't afford cable. We barely had, like, I think we had, let's see, 2, 4, 7, 20, 50, 62, 56. We had 7 channels growing up on our TV. 7 channels. And the only one of those channels that really showed kids programming was Channel 7, which was ABC, which is a Disney affiliate. Or 56, which primarily showed Canadian children programming. So, with that, there was a mix of Canadian programming with, like, Sesame Street. So I grew up on Sesame Street. I grew up on Polka Dot Door. I grew up on Mr. Dress Up. I love Mr. Dress Up so much. And Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is American, but, like, I preferred Mr. Dress Up, let's be real. I love the Tickle Trunk. I love the owl in the painting. So I really, really loved Sesame Street. And so these sit on my shelf because they make me happy. Not because I plan on using them anytime soon, but I really like them. They make me happy. These mostly came from Joann's. I don't know if Joann still sells them. I have found these on Hirschner's and Mary Maxim's website. So if you want to purchase these, you can check out Mary Maxim and Hirschner's. Hirschner's released a coupon, a pretty good coupon. And I didn't have the money because the tree and, like, you know, I told you guys there was a lot of expensive things going down. And now the stove is, like, worse than ever. So I have got to purchase a stove when I get paid from YouTube this month because I have to. Like, the stove is not working. So you guys don't care about that. So I couldn't afford the Hirschner's even with the coupon at the time. And then Mary Maxim released a coupon. And I am also a member of their their Shoppers Club. So I got a discount and I paid for the membership through Mary Maxim. So I get 10% off all my orders because I paid for it. And I got a really good deal on it. It was like half off at the time. And so because of that, I got an extra 10% off and I had a free shipping coupon. So, these were all $5.39 according to my receipt. I also, in the bag, and I will show you that in a minute, they gave me hat patterns. They have new characters. And I learned this from the group. And it wasn't just the group. I actually got an email about these as well. I got an email and then it was mentioned in the group about the new characters, the Sesame Street characters. And I'm going to tell you, 2 of these characters were my absolute favorite growing up. Well, actually kind of 3 because I really loved Ernie. I mean, Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Ernie has some good hits. Let's just say that. I love Grover. I loved him growing up. Grover to me was like, I don't know. I just liked that he always seemed to be messing up, but everybody still loved him. So I kind of related to Grover. And this is not just Grover. This is Super Grover. Is he not cute? Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. So they had Super Grover and the What Hat Wonders. And I will tell you, these are not worth the money, but to me, they make me happy, so that's why I purchased them. They're a medium number 4. It is 95 yards for $6.99, which is what they retail for. I paid $5.39. Yes, I overpaid for these. No, they're probably not worth the money. They make me happy, and that's all that matters. Even if I never use them and they just sit on my shelf looking happy. But I do want to make something out of all of them and make like a project. But I want to make something like creative. You know, I don't want to make just a bunch of little hats. And then they have Count Von Count, which growing up was just the Count. He was just the Count. 1, 2, 3, ha 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 ha. And these are, did I tell you, these are just acrylic, I believe. No, 100% polyester. Are the old ones polyester? Yeah, they're polyester, 100% polyester. So they're soft. I mean, they're not super soft, but like, and the yarns match like the coloring on the characters. So his colors match him. Super Grover's match him because he's got red, white, and blue on him. Those 2 were like, I just loved Count. I loved Super Grover. And I mean, Ernie's cute. They have Ernie, and that matches his clothes like totally 100%. That's a 1970s vibe all the way. And the colorways on these are their name. Although, what language is that? Because it says Count Von Count and Comte Von Comte. And his name is Ernie or Ernest. Because Ernie apparently is not whatever language they're putting on there. And Super Grover is Super Grover. And then you can't have Ernie without Bert. The only thing that drives me crazy about these little cakes is this is meant to be the pom-pom on the hat. And so it's attached to an elastic string. And it tends to pop out the cake in a weird fashion. And so they don't necessarily sit straight. And then the head like sits weird. And so I'm constantly fussing with them to get them to look like symmetrical because it drives me crazy. And I actually had to get to get Oscar the Grouch set straight. I had to put a button on the bottom of him to get his head to not like bobble because he was actually broke. So we have Bert and Ernie, our new collection. Bert and Ernie. Hey, Bert. And then Grover, Super Grover. Don't be confused as Super Grover. I don't want to take his title away. Count Von Count. Oscar the Grouch. Elmo, or as we used to call him, Melmo. Big Bird. Me want cookie. And Abby Cadabby. Let's see if we can make them all visible. Alright guys, put your head up. It's time to take your picture. See if we can get this to be my thumbnail. Cheese! So I'm totally happy. I'm totally happy. I'm going to put these on my shelves. You guys probably won't be able to see because a lot of these were stacked behind Brunhilde. It doesn't matter because they're for my benefit. They make me happy. But I was very happy because I'd forgotten that I had the preferred customer or whatever it is through Mary Maxim. And I knew I was going to be paying too much for them. And I knew this. And then it popped up and it gave me the discount. And I had a free, shipping coupon. I was super happy. Super happy that I at least got to save a little bit of money on those because those are brand new. And then I don't know if Mary Maxim is doing this with every order of those, but Mary Maxim threw in the patterns for the hats. Like I said, I'm not making hats out of these. I'm going to do something creative with all of them if I ever decide to use them, but for right now they're just sitting on my shelf looking cute. So they sent me the knitting pattern, which is free. And these are, did I say these are from Lion Brand? I did not say that. These are made by Lion Brand. So it's got the little Lion Brand logo on there. These are Lion Brand One Hat Wonders. So this pattern for these hats are, I'm positive, on lionbrand.com. But Mary Maxim sent me the free knit pattern. And the free crochet pattern. And these are just meant to be big enough to make a child size hat. So keep that in mind if you're going to buy those. But these are so cute for like your grandkids or for myself. And Little Man likes coming in. And if you saw the video from last Monday with Little Man in it, the end clip, he was actually playing with these. He likes playing with these. And I don't mind if he plays with them because he's usually pretty good about not like tearing up my yarn. So I'm like, you can come in and play. Same thing, I let the kids come in here. If they want to touch and play and like move stuff around, like it's yarn, you know. So, alright guys, that's all. I wanted to come in and show you on a Friday and show you my little happy mail. It's not a happy mail. My little haul of yarn from Mary Maxim. These are also available on Hirschner's website, but I went with the company that gave me the biggest discount because, like I said, I'm really tight with money right now. Just because refrigerator needs to be purchased, stove needs to be purchased. We had several guys come out and quote us for the tree that needs to be taken down. And we were told by one guy that we need to wait till the summertime because right now they're charging, everybody's charging emergency prices because of the big blizzard we had. And so it was anywhere from $1,500 to over $2,500 to take the tree down and grind the stump. But I told Mr. Cinnamon, I was like, I do not care if we grind the stump or not because it doesn't bother me to have a stump there because that type of tree is like a long needle pine, or I don't know what kind of tree it is, but those pine needles fall on the ground and nothing grows there because the soil is so whatever from those needles. And so I don't think anything will grow there for a long time. I was like, the grass doesn't need to be cut over there. It does not affect us to have a stump in that section of the yard because there's nothing there but that tree. So like the stump can stay. I'm not worried about it. I just want the tree down so that it doesn't fall on anybody's house, you know. So we're going to probably wait until like springtime, summertime to get the prices to come down because that's a lot of money to take care of that tree. And I told you there was an issue with Mr. Cinnamon's car we had to take care of on top of everything else. But yeah, so that's why. I don't know why I feel like I have to explain myself, but I think I feel a little bit guilty. So what is in Super Grover's hat? It's just the inside of his hat. He's so cute. Isn't he cute? He just makes me happy. He takes me back to a simpler time. I remember, like, some of my favorite skits of Super Grover was, like, when he was a waiter. Well, Super Grover wasn't the waiter, but when Grover was a waiter and he kept messing up, you know. Or, like, he would try to fly and he would crash into stuff. Like, I just love Grover. I just love him. He makes me happy. I also have a memory when Juju was a little girl. She was about, I think she was like 1.5, 2 years old. We were at a carnival, a local carnival in Michigan, and we were with some friends of ours, and these friends were like more like family to us at the time. and we were all pitching together to try to win her a stuffed animal. And there was a Super Grover up on the shelf, and we were aiming for Super Grover. And when we won, they were like, okay, we'll pick which one of those you want. And I was like, Super Grover, like, let's get her Super Grover. And she was like, no, I want Bert, I want Bert. And so we got her Bert. Hated that thing, because Bert is not my favorite. He's kind of, you know, cranky, crotchety. I was more of a Super Grover. I wanted Super Grover for her, but I let her pick, and she got that Bert, and she had that Bert for a couple of years. She just took it around with her. And he was ugly, and he felt gross, like he was that weird polyester, like nasty, cheap stuffed animal material. Whereas Grover had like fur. He was so cute. That's another memory I have. And I also remember, if we go back to baby Paprika, when she was little, she was obsessed with Big Bird, and Big Bird Goes to China specifically. So I've seen Big Bird Goes to China, I don't know how many times, because I'm 3.5 years older than her, so I wasn't really watching Big Bird when she was, and she was like 4 years old, just Big Bird Goes to China, Big Bird Goes to China, and she just would watch it over and over again. And she was really obsessed with the Monkey King, and the Monkey King scared me. He was just weird. And Big Bird in Chinese is pronounced Danielle, which she thought was Danielle, which is her name. So like she thought Big Bird and her were connected somehow. And it was really funny. Like they were obsessed. And then for years and years, because there's a song in Big Bird Goes to China, and I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it's saying Chinese. What I need, I love you, Sai Jen. And Sai Jen means goodbye. So, like, these all have, like, sentimental memories to me. And then my mom had a niece that was kind of the same situation. It was very similar to the situation with me and my nieces, where Chrissy lived with us 5-6 days a week. I mean, she didn't live with us like the way my nieces lived with me. But she basically, I mean, my mom raised her till she was like 5 or 6 years old, pretty much. Like, she was with us all the time. She was like our little sister. She was obsessed with Elmo. She was obsessed with Elmo's World, because Elmo's World had just came out when she was little. And like, oh my God, she wanted to watch Elmo's World all the time. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da, Elmo's World. Elmo loves his goldfish, his crayon too. That's Elmo World. And with that, I'm going to let you go about your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.